The mainstream media's portrayal of Jesus has been a subject of controversy for centuries. While some may argue that the media's representation of Jesus is based on historical fact, others claim that this is often filled with inaccuracies and deliberate falsehoods. In this essay, we will explore the reasons behind the mainstream media's propensity to fabricate lies about Jesus. One of the primary reasons for the media's distorted portrayal of Jesus is the desire to secularize society. By diminishing the significance of Jesus and the Christian faith, the media can promote a more secular and humanistic worldview. This is often achieved by casting doubt on the historicity of Jesus' life, teachings, and miracles. For instance, the media may claim that Jesus was merely a wise teacher or a mythical figure, rather than the Son of God. By doing so, the media can undermine the authority of the Bible and the Christian faith, paving the way for a more secular and relativistic society. Another reason for the media's lies about Jesus is the need to create controversy and attract attention. The media thrives on sensationalism and controversy, and what better way to generate buzz than to attack the most iconic figure in human history? By fabricating lies about Jesus, the media can create a stir and attract a large audience. This is often achieved through documentaries, movies, and television shows that claim to reveal new and shocking information about Jesus. However, upon closer examination, these claims are often based on flawed research, misinformation, and a blatant disregard for historical fact. Furthermore, the media's lies about Jesus can also be attributed to a broader cultural and philosophical agenda. In recent years, there has been a growing trend towards postmodernism and relativism, which emphasizes the subjective nature of truth and morality. By casting doubt on the historicity and divinity of Jesus, the media can promote a more relativistic and subjective worldview. This is often achieved by portraying Jesus as a mere model, rather than the Son of God, and by emphasizing the contradictions and inconsistencies in the biblical account. However, this approach ignores the overwhelming historical evidence that confirms the life, teachings, death, and resurrection of Jesus. In addition, the media's lies about Jesus can also be attributed to a lack of understanding and respect for the Christian faith. Many media outlets and journalists are ignorant of the basic tenets of Christianity and the historical context in which Jesus lived. This ignorance can lead to misinterpretation and misrepresentation of the biblical account, resulting in a distorted and inaccurate portrayal of Jesus. Moreover, the media's disregard for Christian values and principles can also contribute to a biased and sensationalized representation of Jesus. Despite the media's best efforts to distort and discredit the image of Jesus, the truth about his life, teachings, and legacy remains unchanged. The historical evidence confirms that Jesus was a real person who lived in ancient Palestine, taught about the kingdom of God, and was crucified and resurrected. The eyewitness accounts of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection, as recorded in the New Testament, provide a compelling and convincing narrative that has been verified by historians and scholars for centuries. In conclusion, the mainstream media's propensity to fabricate lies about Jesus can be attributed to a variety of factors, including the desire to secularize society, create controversy, promote a relativistic worldview, and a lack of understanding and respect for the Christian faith. However, despite these efforts, the truth about Jesus remains unchanged, and his legacy continues to inspire and transform millions of people around the world. As Christians, it is essential to be aware of the media's biases and distortions, and to seek out accurate and reliable sources of information about Jesus and the Christian faith. By doing so, we can ensure that the true image of Jesus is preserved and promoted, and that his message of love, redemption, and salvation continues to inspire and transform generations to come.